I suppose this is phase 2 for Camida on the quay in Clonmel. In 2017, we moved into our offices on number 15 and number 16. It was a great achievement. We're all extremely proud of it. And to this day, our offices have stood the test of time and how well they look. Because business had been doing so well, we started to run out of space for new employees. 2021, we bought number 3 Anglesea Street. The beauty of number 3 Anglesea Street is that it connected to our existing building via Sankey's Lane, which was the back way into our current offices, number 15 and number 16. So there was a natural flow that could be created by our architects and builders so that we could actually go directly from number 15, number 16, towards the back of the building, which would lead into number 3.
So it's quite a complicated connection, but there is one. The initial job was to actually talk to Heritage, talk to the conservation architect, see was it possible to break through from one conservation protected structure into another protected structure with a modern building in the middle. So that they were the challenges, and they were challenges.
There's a significant amount of restoration involved, and if you talk about the team that did it, Eileen Poole, as you know, has been the driver of the development. In addition to Eileen, our builders have been fantastic. They really are a super bunch of people to work with. I guess they've bought into our sort of like, it's not just a job, it matters more than a job, so that's been wonderful. And our own Deirdre McGrath puts her heart and soul into ensuring the link between Eileen and the builders and the staff here as well. So it's been a bit of a combined effort.
We're exceptionally lucky that we have a client like Camida who want to take on such a project. I mean, this is not an inexpensive project. To do any sort of refurbishment work is difficult, particularly now with the current economic climate. So they're taking a big leap of faith in trusting us again and trusting the same design team, and we're very, very grateful for that. But it challenges us as well, because it's not your normal, or you just make a box and put an office into it. Every single section of it has to be micromanaged and work for Camida. Very important for Camida to consolidate what they had, not lose the feeling that the existing Camida building has, but yet treat this building as its own particular identity. So number 3 Anglesea Street is similar to 15 and 16 in that we think it's about an 1830 building. But the windows at the front are all original, sliding sash, beautiful original crown glass windows. The shutter work and shutter boxes are all original. A lot of the internal sections were compromised so that it had been changed into an office over the years. Some beautiful moulding in the first floor, which would be very standard. So the Piano Nobile, which is the first floor building on this one, which is very interesting. There was a little secret little room in the attic. So lots of interesting little features. A terrace of buildings. It's interesting, there's an old cut stone arch attached to the ground floor, which is built over on the first and second floor. So architecturally interesting, forms part of an important terrace on Anglesea Street, and has original features intact. So it's very important for the town and the fabric of the town that this is kept and improved.
Okay, so the importance of Camida being in Clonmel town has been paramount for David and the company throughout. So having the opportunity to get a building effectively adjacent to our current building was the best possible scenario for Camida.
The obvious thing always to do in a company that supposedly is about making profit is to do things in a cheap way, which would be on the bypass, an industrial estate, a concrete block built with a bit of window in it, and people come and find us there, but that's opposite to being in the heart of town. So That's the reason we did this. We haven't done it because it benefits town, we've done it because it's nicer and better and rounder, more soulful. The fact it benefits town is a byproduct.
There's an awful lot being written at the moment about the importance of refurbishment and conservation of buildings. I mean, there's 60 years embodied carbon in an existing building. So if you were to knock a building down and build again, it would take 60 years to actually expend the amount of carbon that's in an existing building. So that's very important. So when you're looking at refurbishment of an old building, it's the most sustainable building process that you can do.
So overall, the project is going to be a great achievement for us, a second achievement, I suppose, on where we are and how we've developed. We can't wait for it to happen.
A couple of extra things are there for making life better again. We're going to have more meeting rooms, and this morning when I was asked to shoot this video, I had to throw a meeting team out, and we don't have enough meeting rooms here at the moment, so we're going to have more of those. For the first time in our lives, we're going to have a room big enough to house the 50 of us or 55 of us for a gathering or for a meeting or for celebrating somebody's birthday or whatever it is. So we're going to have a room big enough for 55 or 60 people. We've got a pretty little roof garden, which I hope people will take advantage of. On the one side, it looks over the roofscape of Clonmel, which is nice, but if you look in the other direction, you look immediately over the river and up into the hills and the mountains. So it's a beautiful little spot. May sound a bit crazy, but we have created a bar in our new building. We had an attic space that we didn't know quite what to do with, and I had fanciful ideas for that, but in the end I just said, let's make it a bar. So although we're in a professional and very caring business, it's novel to involve, but would you like to go and see our company bar whilst you're here? And we might sit down and have a meeting in the bar. So it sounds a bit crazy, but it's actually, you know, a compliment to bringing people to town, which is one of the good things about this office, this new building, both the one we did 8 years ago and the new ones. When we have potential suppliers or customers visit us, it smacks of a little bit of gravitas and caring and importance. I've always wanted this company and everything that I've done in my own life to be enjoyable in its own right. So the decision to be in town and in these houses is part of that. It's a rounded effort in the way that we do things.